Cher, I have something very special to tell you. Now, I'm willing to buy one person in the chat a life coaching session from Cher.
Oh,
now,
this,
so whoever wants it, I'm willing to buy you. Just check this out, people. Look at this. Just have a look at this.
Is this an infomercial? Oh, wait.
Yeah, this is the infomercial. Okay, we're going to send her a quick email. So let's do this. So, hold on. Let's give you some context. So let's do this. Hey, how are you doing? My name is Matt. I go by White Boy Radio. I was wondering if I could purchase some life coaching sessions, period. The thing about it is, I was wondering how maybe that you can teach me how to be such of a shitty parent where you leave your kids in a different country for a man that you met on the internet, all after you got warrants out for animal cruelty, period. Also, I noticed by watching your content via YouTube that you grifted for a wedding that you never had. Also, you grifted for a vacation / I don't know what kind of grift it was to meet a grandmother in a missing persons cases that you never went to, period. Also, can you teach me how to grift if I has 0 teeth due to smoking meth? What else? What else, guys? What else? I'm about to send it. Look, it's going down. Okay, I'm blinding you with that? Yeah, I could see that. Look, so we're going to be talking about Cher real fast. This would be with the animal cruelty. Don't forget. But the bigger thing is here, let's not forget about it. This is what you're seeing on the screen. This is off a real email. I'm literally sending it. This is what has been sent to Dawn. So she sent these pictures to Dawn for information on the case. And I'm just curious, what information did you get? And for that matter, what did you do in the case? What was your purpose? What did you solve? What was your entirety? What was the big moment for you? Recording them and all this type of shit. What did you bring that the people and the public didn't know already? I'm trying to understand, because you literally are busting it open for Don. What if Don rubbed one out to that? I'm just saying, hypothetically, educational purpose. It's very possible. It's very possible. I don't know if he did or not. He never told me. But what if he did? Or you don't even know what he did with those pictures. What if somebody took the pictures that you sent to Don, because there's a lot of them, and hypothetically, and for educational purposes, they put them on Pornhub or something? What if they turn this around on you in not a good way? Was it worth the trade? Was it worth the other side of things for you? I don't think so. There was nothing that you exposed except your cheeks. But she's at it again, and she's now found the Sebastian Rogers case, and it's interesting to see what she's got to say about it. Well, wouldn't you know, who guessed blames the parents? Ding, 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 ding. You nailed it right on the head. Let's have a listen at what she has to say on the case of Sebastian Rogers. Well, I'll tell you what she says, but there's something I have to straighten out because I'm getting pissed about it. So here's a screenshot of, at the top there, under these two grifters, you have knowledge is power. You guys remember her? Came up from Florida. White boy might have gave the GHB. No shave does not work. Okay. The GHB, okay. I got convicted of selling GHB like 20 fucking years ago. If you're gonna dox me, I have no problem with it. But at least like show the dates. Like, you're not allowed to say I'm selling GHB in 2024. And by the record, if you're gonna do the research and dox me, at least get it right. Give me credit for all the drugs that I sold. It was meth, GHB, coke, every pill imaginable. Pretty much any drug, and also steroids. Hey, I like to make money. I like to make it fast. That's how I was living. It's just what it is. Guess what? Wait for it. I went to prison for selling said drugs. But there's more. I have like 50,000 videos on my YouTube channel talking about getting arrested for said drug selling and going to prison, and the stories within the prison. So if you're gonna dox me, I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. Just, we're gonna see who wins this game, if that's the lane that we're going. But she didn't dox me. But you're not allowed to. It's 2024. I didn't sell any GHB today or 3 years ago. That was a long time ago. You're such a true crime analyst. The stuff that they put in that drug it's impossible to get that. Nobody is going to have that because it was produced in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale in the early 2000s. But there's a conspiracy. Like I said, these people in the YouTube, they think I have something to do with Summer Wells, and I'm supplying the drugs, and this and that. It's fucking utterly ridiculous. But I'm going to show you this. So Cher.
Florida, white boy may have gave the GHB. No shave does not work. Okay, so they could still...
So the conspiracy is I gave Don GHB, which also, for the record, it's not a rape drug. I don't know. There have been convictions out of that, I guess, but it was sold in GNC as a supplement at some point until they realized people are getting high off this. All it did was burn fat when you go to sleep. That's all it did. But yeah, I sold it. Whoop-de-fucking-do. 20 years ago. That's my conviction date. Not this year. Not 3 years ago. I sold a lot of drugs 20 years ago. I did a lot of things 20 years ago. Lots of things that I probably wouldn't do today. But it's crazy with the grifters and the tragedy pimps because I get in their ass so much that it's like I feel like it's every 6 months or so there's like a shared like project or file of me that they're like sharing amongst each other, and I have no problem with it. But when they present it, they never show the dates. They never show the dates. I should probably get the dates, but I actually beat them at something which we have coming in the mail. But I didn't do this in 2023. You did. You did. You did this. You grifted for teeth. Like, technically, if you were selling GHB, you wouldn't have to do these grifts. You could put money in your pocket. But, we don't promote that. It's not good. I did a lot of crazy stuff when I was younger. But it's just crazy. She brings me up in a Sebastian Rogers case in saying this. Now, on the rest of this live, what's said is a whole bunch of the parents did it. But what I found the most humorous part about this live was how bad Sebastian Rogers' parents are. Seth, because there's CPS stuff. And that is true, there is. And yes, there was abuse there. Also, Chris and Katie, there's CPS stuff there. And yes, there was abuse there. But lady, we have to remember, you left your kids you left your kids in the United States of America and rode out to Canada to meet this wannabe biker looking fuckboy right here. Okay, who helps you grift. Let's be, he's a grifting enabler. Look at that beard. That thing probably smells like Molly Golightly vagina. Literally. That thing just smells. It like Ernie's ass. You literally left the United States to go to Canada, and you left your kids behind. You left the kid. Like, what mom does that? And because you had those dogs in that trailer, and you didn't have any water for them. That's why you have animal cruelty charges. So who the frig are you? Okay, who are you? I own my shit. No problem telling you I sold drugs 20 years ago. It is part of me. It's part of my story, and I'll never denounce it. It's actually on my own channel. You don't have to go too far to find it. But you hide from yours. You'll never find me hurting a kid. You'll never find me hurting an animal. Never. Just around the corner. Not 2 decades ago. Not 2 decades ago. You just left your kids in the United States for Canada. You just got animal cruelty charges, and that's why you did that. You just grifted for teeth. I would be proud to sell any drugs, okay, to risk my own freedom before I grifted off strangers on the internet. You have to be kidding me. Fortunately, how about this? I just work nowadays, and I don't have to do any of that. Make my own paycheck. But you would know nothing about that. Nothing about that. Nothing. Because this is all you do is grift. All you do is grift. If it wasn't for Don and Candace, you wouldn't have teeth. You wouldn't have a monster tattoo on your ass cheeks. You would have nothing. The people that you hate are bringing you every penny that you make on YouTube. They made your channel. You should pray to Don and Candace. You should lick their ass cracks, because that is all you have. All you have. You're nothing but a grifter. You're nothing but a piece of crap. And that's all you're gonna be. You have no right. And it's not even the pot calling the cat. Lady, you are like the worst. Your dad, your own father, killed people. Your own father lit a house on fire and went in the bushes, not the bushes on YouTube, but the bushes by the fire, and watched the little kids die in prison. Who are you to talk about any parent? You are a dirtball. You're a dirtball. And any time you want to talk about me selling GHB, just remember that on the scale of sins, I'll take me selling drugs 20 years ago way over me burning a house down with children in it or hurting animals. Just remember that, because I'll be here to repeat it and remind you for at least 5 years. I promise I will. I hope you hit 1 million subs, because they'll all know about it because of White Boy. Leave my motherfucking name out your mouth, lady. Leave my name out your mouth. I don't run from nothing that I did in the past. In fact, I put it out on YouTube well before. It's funny to watch you guys. Like, I got the file on White Boy. I like sit here and watch the videos, and I laugh with my wife. I'm like, oh, let's have a listen. And you guys like break it down like there's something new you're telling the people. Like, it's fucking comical. Like, just go on my own channel. Like, the worst was when I got arrested last time. The conspiracies on that. Listen, it was for driving with a suspended license. And guess what? I got the body cam to really roast you morons with your conspiracy. I requested my own body cam. How about that one for you? So it's just like, I've already put my one body cam out there. What are you exposing? What are you showing? What? How about you get the body cam of that burning house? How about that? Bet you won't. I bet you won't. Somebody put Cher's cheeks on Pornhub. That's what I've heard through the grapevine. I don't know who did it. I don't know who did it, but somebody did it. I heard about it.
I bet you that idiot ain't getting paid.
For free. Listen, if you don't know this lady literally, so look, let me just break this down. Married to this one. They're married. They're married, and there was literally a conversation between these two individuals on the screen where they're like, "Hey, check this out."
Are they really married?
They're not married. They grifted for. I get people. There's so many lies. Even sometimes I get confused. But so they're not actually married. Okay. So they had literally they had a conversation. Okay. I want you to look at the screen right now. And what the conversation was about was, hey, check this out. I'm gonna take. Can you take some pictures of my ass? Because what I think we should do is send these to Don. Because he'll probably tell me where the missing child is of the conspiracy that I've made up in my head. I think my ass, I have the ass of a 13-year-old boy, but I think it has the power. It's like two little cupcakes. Not even enough to squeeze. I think it has the power to actually get a self-admission out of Don. He's actually going to tell us where Summer's at. So, can you take the pictures? And then, dude's like, that's like a genius idea. How about you take one like this, and listen, babe, why don't you bust it open one time for him? Can you bust it, babe? Can you bust it?
I mean, if you're asking me to, I guess. Will you take the picture, Carl?
Oh, that's it. Just like that. Yeah, bust it. Bust it. What kind of sick shit is... Oh, they can't even see it. They can't even see it. I did all that talking shit for nothing. Here's what I was trying to show you guys. Can you bust it?
Trigger warning.
Who does this? And the trade-off was for nothing. What information was given? Yeah, that's gross. That thing is beat up. That thing's beat up. That thing's blown out. That's like a 67 Chevy with 400,000 miles on it. That thing is blown out. Blown out. Yuck. Stinks too. And then the lady we've exposed it, on her own wish list.
Oh, God.
Douche.
No, it's a feminine prop.
For a mere $19.99, you can also buy douche for Cher. Because, we have to support her destroying these parents in these cases. Just a mere $99. That's after the $59.99 life. Of course, you want to get a life coach session. Duh. Just $59.99. Okay, it's cheap. Okay, and look, there's a lot of things to be taught on these sessions. They're very educational, and it's an in-depth conversation of just philosophy and the world wonders. You could learn a lot on these sessions. It's totally worth it. Definitely not a grift.
It's really $60.
I have no idea what she charges. Yeah, please don't buy any life coaching. It's amazing. Molly Golightly, life coaching. Cher, life. Who else does life coaching? Cher can't fix her own life. Listen, Cher is a spiteful person. I've been exposing a lot of these creators who've been in contact with Don Wells, and there's been I've tried to show as much as I could and explain to you guys things. Josh the Lab, that guy, piece of shit, and Cher. I've literally read the conversations. I know the tricks that they were doing on Don. Don Wells is not tech savvy. He didn't even realize.
Interesting to me.
He didn't realize that they were changing the conversation. They were literally changing their own conversation. What do you mean by that? Very simple. If I message any of you guys on Messenger, we can have a conversation, no matter what we talk about. But if I start unsending my messages or deleting my own messages to you, I'm changing the conversation. So what does that mean? That means something simple as, hey, how's it going? How was your day? Go fuck yourself. What do you mean? Why are you yelling at me? Why? I didn't even do anything. If I take the go fuck yourself away, who looks crazy? If I take the go fuck yourself away, even though I said it, and then I present said screenshots to the internet, who looks crazy? Who looks crazy? Do I look crazy? Or does the person saying, why are you saying, simple little petty things like this? And a million of these little games I was catching. And I'm realizing I'm years late into the harassment. I'm like, dude, you got to stop talking to these people, bro. Like, don't you understand? And it took some time, but he was getting out to teach him. But what I'm getting at is Cher got the worst at it. Like such little it disgusted me. Because this is a man, no matter what you think about the case, you may think they're guilty of as all sin, and that's your right to think if that's how you feel. I don't feel like that, and nobody has to think how I feel. Everyone has their own thought here. But at the same time, no matter how you feel about it, we can agree that's wrong to do. It's wrong to exploit that and manipulate that situation and present it to the internet and then sell an idea behind it. So they'll present this little fabricated screenshot ordeal, whether it is in an email, there's so many little things, okay? But they'll present that to get the audience like, oh, Don bad, and then they'll bring in some other shit on top of it. So now by the end of the live, people really hate the dude. Okay, a lot of people already do, but regardless, it's continued harassment. It's dead fucking wrong. They're both dirtbags for that. They'll never come on this channel. They'll never make a video debunking, denouncing what I'm saying. They'll never do that. But you have to understand that they have forgotten about Summer Wells since Sebastian's came. Cher has found Sebastian. That's the new grift. Okay.